Last week, price was kind of just above the 30-day moving average, kind of on both indexes. So we have the futures of the Dow Jones and we have the NASDAQ here. So the NASDAQ definitely is a little different than the S&P and the Dow. It's a little more volatile, I guess, one way of putting it. And we can see, the NASDAQ has already gotten above its 50, but they are pretty much in sync with each other, right? These big indexes. So, and so it looks like we've come to the 50, and looks like we're going to stop around the 50-day for this week. But then again, who knows? Tomorrow we could pull all the way back down to 30, depending on what kind of news headlines are coming out. So again, it seems like this market is going to be driven, it's going to be dictated by news headlines, whether it's trade talks on China headlines, good or bad, and probably my guess would be at this point, any discussions about the government shutdown are probably going to start to have some more influence on the markets now that we're past the 1 month mark on the government shutdown. So, usually in the beginnings, government shutdowns don't seem to have much influence over the markets, but who knows? Since this is the longest one in history, at some point, those headlines will start to affect market skittishness, I guess we could call it, right? Yeah, so at this point, also, interesting to note, again, like the two previous lows here on the S&P, we've gotten up there, which coincides with the 50. So that's definitely a good stopping point for a little pause. And, the probabilities say that if we can break above this, to some extent, then we're probably gonna head on up to the 100 and 200 day moving average. That'll be our next stop. And then, so probably, at one of these points, either where we're at now or up here, then definitely should expect another bounce off of the 50 level where we're at, or off of the 100, 200, a little higher. Expect a bounce off of that and another pullback, as we continue to do this, our zigzag lines here.